Welcome, Frankfurt hot dogs, to our January Town Hall meeting. Excited to be back. It seems like it's been a little while since the last time we were in front of you. And today I have a special guest with me, Mrs. Diane Vielee, Suncrest Elementary Principal. And great to have her here, learn a little bit more about Mrs. Vielee and Suncrest Elementary today. So, Mrs. Vielee, how long have you been at Suncrest as principal?
I've been principal for 2 years, and before that I was the assistant principal for 1 year.
Okay. And how many years have you been in leadership position in schools?
So before I came to Suncrest, I was working for the IDOE as a school improvement specialist for 2.5 years. Prior to that, I worked for 25 years on the far east side of Indianapolis in Warren Township in various leadership roles.
Okay, well, great. So you came to us with a number of leadership qualifications, and it's great to have you at Suncrest as our leader in charge there.
Great to be here.
Can you tell our viewers something that might surprise people about you?
Well, I don't know if it would surprise people, but in college I was fortunate enough to be able to do about a 3-month teaching stint in England.
Okay.
But the funny part was when I was in England, it ran over the summer, and they had me celebrate our Independence Day with the whole school.
Oh.
So that, we got our independence from them.
That's right, the irony of that all.
But we all dressed in red, white, and blue and did American activities the whole day. So it was just kind of a fun fact. I couldn't believe they asked me to do it.
You didn't recreate the Battle of Lexington there with the group.
The interesting thing is that they don't think that we beat them in the war. They believe in their history books, they're told they let us go.
Okay. All right.
It just shows you.
Interesting. I'm sure we have some U.S. history teachers both here and at the middle school would like to weigh in on this, but great. Thank you for sharing that and your time in England. We're going to take a little commercial break for Eric Farley's Frankfurt Fun Facts, and when we come back, we've got a few more items that we'd like to talk to Mrs. Vielee about and find a little bit more about Suncrest about. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Farley's Fun Facts. Today, I wanted to share with you facts about the backbone of Frankfurt, the railroad. Frankfurt was home to 3 different railroad companies: the Pennsylvania, the Monon, and the Nickel Plate. The first railroad, the Pennsylvania, is a railway that ran from Frankfurt to Louisville. It then branched off to cities like St. Louis and New York. This railway was abandoned in 1974. The second was the Monon. This railway was considered the Hoosier Line, however it did go to Chicago. The word Monon has been defined in 2 different ways. It has been declared by some to be a Potawatomi Indian name meaning to carry. There is also a tradition that suggests it means swiftly moving. The Monon was removed in 1987. The third railway is a Nickel Plate. Nickel Plate had routes that ran from Frankfurt to Peoria, Illinois, Toledo, and Lima, Ohio. The Nickel Plate had over 4,000 miles of track across 6 different states. In its prime, the Nickel Plate had 500 locomotives, 100 passenger cars, and over 28,000 freight cars. This route sunsetted between 1984 and 1988. During the time of these railways, almost all points of the United States and Canada were connected by rail, which ran through Frankfurt. Today, millions of dollars are made between the Norfolk Southern and CSX railroads, which take products from Frito-Lay and ADM to places like Lafayette and Indianapolis. For example, CSX takes approximately 30 freight cars of soybeans to Indianapolis every other day. That's it for Farley's Fun Facts. Have a great day, hot dogs.
Welcome back, hot dogs. We are back for our second segment with Mrs. Diane Vielee, principal at Suncrest Elementary. Mrs. Vielee, our viewers know about our Pillars of Excellence, and so could you share with us a little bit about some of the Pillars of Excellence highlights at Suncrest this school year?
Absolutely. So we're really proud of our most recent NWEA data. We've been working really hard at Suncrest, put some great things in place. Want to shout out to my 3rd grade team. I know math isn't technically a pillar, but it is a big area of growth. And on the median, or on the conditional growth, they had a 5.94 for their grade level. So that was amazing. All of our grade levels met or exceeded their growth expectations in reading. So really proud of that. as well as far as the younger grades with their NWA reading fluency, we are so close to all of our pillar goals.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
Closing those in. So,
And that's at the middle of the year. You're close to the end of your
Yep,
goals here at the
we
middle
are.
of the year. So that's pretty exciting.
So the Suncrest teachers have been knocking it out of the park. They're working hard.
okay.
Students are working hard, and we're very proud of all
Okay,
of them.
great. So pillar literacy. How about your pillar of community?
We have worked really hard at building in more community activities for our staff once a month. They just got back last weekend from Painting with a Twist, and they went and created some paintings. We're getting ready to go bowling in Fishers as a staff. So trying to do more as our staff, but then we also try to have our community in a lot for our Title I nights and things like that. So we love having our neighbors in our community.
Great. And just for our viewers, our pillar of community, our goal is to attract and retain students and attract and retain our staff. And so looks like at Suncrest Elementary, they're focusing on the staff into that of attracting and retaining great staff to work with our great kids.
We do.
So how about post-secondary expectations? What are you doing in that arena?
We have a new counselor on board that's been teaming up pretty closely with Blue and Green. A little trickier because we've got the 7th grade level, so finding one activity that would appropriately address all of them is a little bit different. But we had an event where the mayor and some policemen and firemen and community members came in, and the students got to get up close and personal and talk with them and ask questions. And they were supposed to meet yesterday after school. They postponed it a week to come up with the more recent or the future activities. So we're working on getting those in place as well.
It's great. Our local leaders are so involved with our schools, and our schools are involved with our community. So that kind of ties in the community post-secondary expectations.
Yeah.
Can you share with the viewers anything they need to know that's coming up here at Suncrest that you'd like to highlight?
We have on February 15th is our math Title I night from 5:30 to 6:30. So we'll have some great math activities going on.
All right.
March 14th is our ELA night, same time frame. And we'll have a lot of different ELA activities helping our parents know what to do with their students at home to help increase. And then we have our, of course, Dog Jog coming up in May. Everyone is invited to come out for the 5K run. We have some carnival games going on, food trucks. It'll be a lot of fun. And that will be on May 3rd from
May
5
3rd.
to 8.
And what about Kindergarten Roundup? When does that Kindergarten Roundup take place? Because we probably have some viewers who are going to send their kids to Suncrest or Blue Ridge and want to know about Kindergarten Roundup.
Absolutely. We'll have a Kindergarten Roundup the Wednesday before spring break begins, so the 2 days before, from 4 to 7.
4 to 7. Okay,
so
great.
Come on
Thank
out.
you.
We'll be there waiting for you.
As you were going through your dates, I thought, Kindergarten Roundup is in there too.
Yeah, that's an important one.
It is very much so. Yeah. Well, Mrs. Vielee, thank you for joining me on the Hot Dog Town Hall today. Viewers, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed getting to know Mrs. Vielee today and the great things happening at Suncrest Elementary. I'll be back again in February to talk with Blue Ridge Principal, Mrs. Maggie McKinney. So signing off from the Hot Dog Town Hall and the Hot Dog Network studios. Have a wonderful day and enjoy this segment of Roaming with Rhoda. Kirsten, if you could write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
My mom, and I feel like it would be because she has done a lot for me, and I appreciate it.
Graham, if you could write a thank you note to someone today, who would you write a thank you note to and why?
Luis.
And why would you write that to him?
Because he's my best friend.
Dakota, if you could write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
My Uncle Eric.
Uncle Eric, why?
He's just a great guy.
Kylie, if you were to write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
Miss Thomas, because she's always been there.
Anthony, if you could write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
I would say probably my mom.
Your mom and
yeah.
why?
She's very strong. She's been there since, I don't know. She's been helping me with everything, and I don't know where I would be without her, basically.
Vanessa, if you were to write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
Bethany Best.
And why?
She never gave up on me, and I just love her.
Alex, I know your name already. So if you were to write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
Like teachers in the school or just anyone?
Anyone.
Probably Big Jim. He's like my great uncle, and his wife just passed away, so I'll just say thank you for everything he said. Make sure he's all right.
All right, thank
Yeah.
you. Han, if you were to write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
Probably Miss Kramer.
And why?
Because in ICP, she helped me out, explained stuff really well.
Oscar, if you were to write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
I'd probably write a thank you note to Mrs. Mowdy
And why would you write one to her?
for the great cinnamon rolls today.
Of course, this is Mrs. Thomas, everybody. If you were to write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
Oh, it would be to Mr. Spingen.
And why?
Because he, we've been dealing with Mr. Caesar's passing, and he and I were close to Mr. Caesar and Mrs. Caesar, and he's been a real support over the last couple weeks. So.
Miguel, if you were to write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
My mom.
Anybody, to your mom.
Yeah.
And why?
Because she helps me with everything I need.
Okay. And Nadia, if you were to write a thank you note to anybody in the world today, who would it be and why?
My grandpa, because he was the biggest impact on my life.
Oh, thank you, Nadia. Appreciate it. Doug, if you were to write a thank you note to someone today, who would it be and why?
Mr. Vielee, because he helped me find the career pathway I'm in now with radio and TV.
All right. Thank you, Doug. And Brian, if you could write a thank you note to anybody in the world today, who would it be and why?
It would be my mom.
And why would you write one to your mom?
Because she sacrificed a lot just for me, my siblings, and what she does is pretty incredible, not gonna lie. And she inspires me, my brothers, my sister, mostly my younger sister. But one thing for sure is that any mother that I met, my mom's to me, she's strong.
Awesome. Hey, I love to hear that. Guys talking about their moms. Thank you very much. All right, have a great day. Miguel, if you were to write a thank you note to anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
Ex-principal assistant, Ms. Horo, thank you, because she's pushing me to want to graduate this year, and I'm making sure I have good grades and everything.
And Ingrid, if you could write a thank you note to anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
My mom.
And why would you write it to your mom?
Because she does a lot for me.
All right.
I feel like I don't thank her enough, so.
Okay. Arcos, if you could write a thank you note to anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
Just my family in general.
Okay, why?
Because they've helped me through everything, and not just my family, but my cousins, and they've helped me with everything I've ever asked for. Okay. And I appreciate them a lot.
All right. And Brian, if you could write a thank you note to anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
My mom, because she gave me everything in this world, and she helped me out with everything, and always gave everything for herself and me, and always was there for her to help me and stuff, and she made me go. I don't know. She I don't know. I'm stuttering a lot right now.
Yeah.
But she put herself in front of everything for me, and to put me where I am right now, and all the stuff she did for me. So.
And Alyssa, if you could thank anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
I would thank my sister.
And why?
For being there for me and for being my best friend.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.